we're going to talk about a bit of a personal thing. I'm not going to go into too many details, just so I don't end up doxing myself or anything. But here's what happens when you have to cut basically SJWs out of your life that you try to be friends with. Now, I welcomed back into my life a blind friend that I had made at a camp for the blind several years ago. Basically, I ended up ignoring a whole bunch of red flag warning signs of control issues and narcissistic behavior and friendship to be a good thing, and I wanted a friend that knew what it was like to have to deal with blindness and the challenges and the joys that you can experience in overcoming those challenges. And I had already, made friends with this person before, so, I thought I could rework this relationship and friendship, and so I tried to do that. And the more I tried to be friends with this person, the more I realized that they said that they were looking out for me, but really they wanted the friendship to be on their terms, and they were very, very controlling about it, and eventually started trying to, get me to stop paying attention to my kids in order to do this. They called it Mindfulness Selfhypnosis, and the only reason I was even looking at it, originally I did want to try and was looking for some things to help me with my depression, but the more I listened to this stuff, the more it was just pseudoscience. And I'm really thinking about debunking it with Pincolo. The more, anytime I needed to reschedule, you're just trying to get out of it, and I know this is, your brain's just trying to do this because it's used to the depression and it's used to being, in a rut, and it doesn't like the new changes that we're trying. Very cult-like, very, very manipulative speech. And my last straw was today when I sent them a message informing them I wasn't going to make it because my child was sick, and immediately she has her boyfriend call me. Like they didn't believe what I was saying. And I dealt with that and ended up having to push back our rescheduled time by a couple of hours. And again, she had her boyfriend call me. Again, like they were checking up on me to make sure that I was telling the truth. And it was just, you have to stop. They're acting like I'm in a relationship with them. And this is a normal behavior for narcissists. This is what they do. And this person is very much SJW. Tried to get me to stop doing my YouTube channel. They said that they weren't trying to, but they were basically questioning my genre and the things that I was trying to cover, telling me I didn't want to put too much negative energy out into the universe, and telling me that there's no money to be made in being angry and negative. And she was all happy when I would call out things that had nothing to do with her, but anything that had to do with this person was just out of bounds, and I was being negative and angry. And what really opened my eyes yesterday was a tweet I saw where they were discussing a Chinese empress who refused to let men speak to her until they gave her oral sex. And I was thinking to myself, if anyone was celebrating a man for doing that, they would be misogynistic, and that man would be a rapist, and he would be a chauvinist, and he would be a terrible person. But since it's a woman, well, that's just fine. And it's just all these red flags about trying to control what I say on my channel that has nothing to do with them. Trying to control what I say on my Twitter page when it has nothing to do with them, and threatening to unfollow me if I didn't stop. And just, if you have people in your life like this, cut them out. Cut them out right now. Don't allow them to make you think for 1 second that they are doing this for your best interest. They want it done on their terms. They want it done in ways that don't affect them. And as soon as it does, then you're the bad guy and you're trying to get out of things. And it's classic narcissist, classic SJW behavior. And it's very unfortunate that I had to cut some real life people out of my life that I was very much hoping that I could have a friendship with, but it was just, it was way too ridiculous and way too toxic. And I hate to use that word, especially with today's climate and the overuse of the word toxic. Let me tell you right now, if you have people in your life that feel that they need to control what you say and control what you do, and try to say that they're saying these things because they care about you, run. Run for the fucking hills. I'm telling you right now. Because they don't care. They care within the scope of, does it affect them? And that's it.